Hey guys, welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast. I'm your host, Oliver, and as always, I'm joined by Lachie.
How are we, mate?
Not too bad. I didn't lose too much on the weekend, thankfully. So
We need to discuss this.
yeah, we'll get to that in the horse bit. And Sharpy.
Hello.
Hello, Sharpy. And again, we're gonna work on an intro eventually. We'll get there.
Yeah, just 27 episodes in, still work.
Well,
Just
I don't want to
hello. Oh, hi.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, so I don't.
Pause.
Anyway, accountability. So Lockie's multi last week already failed because, well, it already failed.
Oh, jeez.
And
it already did, but I actually checked it today.
And did the other two legs get up?
And no, because I had what did I have? I had Man City and Chelsea to draw. But then I had Aston Villa and United to draw as well, and that got up. So I missed out by 2 legs. Green Bay got done, and
Green Bay. The week before,
yeah. Green Bay got done the week before, because they were resting everyone. So I missed out on 2 legs to get $117. But anyway, you live and you learn, and you move on, and you go again.
Yep. Well, mine, New England lost, and the Cardinals lost. So,
you literally picked the 2 teams that got smacked up the most. I can't wait to talk about this.
Yes, we'll be touched on NFL later on. Sharpy, what about your multi, Sharpy?
I think mine just lost. I can't remember. I was trying to find it just then. I know Oklahoma State won, surprisingly. So that was my bit of a roughie on that one, but yeah, they ended up winning. So yeah, I don't know if the rest of them got up.
Well, maybe you can find that out as we go, and we'll come.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Sorry, that's why I was a bit quiet there.
Sharpy, I've got another multi going at the moment that I forgot about. That I'm just going through a few stupid things that I put on, and there's actually one, like I put Josh Allen for the MVP at the start of the year, which isn't too bad of a shout. Like, he had a good year, but this is an absolute piss take. This is one of our favourite players. I put Colin Sexton to get the most improved player this year. Why I was thinking that he was going to have a good year, I do not know.
Should have put his teammate. He's probably up there somewhere right now.
Hey, actually, we should do a. I put a multi on. Well, we might get to this later, Ollie. I put a multi. Remember when we did the episode at the start of the NBA season with where we think everyone was going to end up with the amount of wins? I've actually got this up here, and I would be interested to see. Yeah, there's quite a few that are already. Interesting.
Might have to do that week or no. Well, next week we've got a special guest, and I don't know if you'll be there, Lachie, because it's 9 o'clock on a Friday morning. So you might be missing out on that.
Oh, yeah, no, you won't see me there. You won't see me there.
You'll be too busy selling towel racks.
Correct. Matt Black, gunmetal, crime. What do you want?
Use Lachie at the checkout to get a discount. We'll get into the NBA.
Not with an X, though.
Shush. We'll get into the NBA though. It's mainly going to be trade rumors today. Actually, on the spot, I haven't written this down. What was more impressive, Embiid's 50 or Jokic's 49-point triple-double today, obviously?
I think Jokic's triple-double just because
Embiid did it against Orlando.
Yeah.
I mean, he did have Mo Bamba on him, who he put up on Twitter or Instagram saying that
internet's getting fixed, isn't it, Sharpy? Yeah.
What's that?
No, you're fine now. You're fine now.
Me?
Oh, is it my internet?
No, he was cutting out a bit there, but he's fine now.
You were cutting out a bit there.
Oh God. Keep going, Sharpy.
I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Anyway, they had Robin Lopez on him at some times, and I'm like, but Jokic absolutely dominated. I mean, he couldn't defend on the other end. Bloody Zubac's had 30, I think, or 28. And
he nearly got fouled out. And yeah.
Great game to watch though. I just thought I'd chuck
Nice
that
pass
in
at
there.
the end too, just quietly.
Nearly Josh Giddey like.
Moving on.
So obviously the first one's going to be Simmons. There's a lot more rumors coming out, and the rumors are coming out that they're trying to tack on Tobias Harris. We'll go to you, Lachie. Do you think teams would be more inclined to make a trade for them too, or do you think adding Tobias with a huge contract, teams are probably not wanting to go and get both of them? Can go to
It's a
Sharpy
tough one
first.
because like he's obviously
Sharpy.
Oh, well, Lachie started talking. Sorry. What was the question again? I'm sorry, I was a bit lost.
So apparently, the Sixers are trying to tack on Tobias Harris to any Ben Simmons trade. Do you think teams will like that, or do you reckon they'll make teams take deals off the table will get for them? So like not
so
offer
far,
up
they're
as
not really
much.
doing anything. They're kind of declining every trade that's been given to them. So they haven't really been doing much with that. So that, it doesn't even look likely they probably even will trade Ben Simmons before the trade deadline next month. So yeah, but with Tobias Harris, it makes sense. He's on a pretty big contract as well. They're going to look for people to try and space around Embiid. Yeah, we'll just see what Daryl Morey does. He's been playing hardball at the moment. There's obviously that list that came out with all the players that they're willing to trade for. Lakers are obviously interested in Ben Simmons. That's not going to work. Kings interested in Ben Simmons. Might work. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're going to fold in the last week, or someone's going to fold, whether the team they're trading Simmons to gives up too much or they give him away for a bit cheaper, because they need to make a change. I mean, if they hold on to Simmons, I mean, it's just the biggest waste because he's not going to play a game in the second half of the season if they keep him. What do you think, Lachie?
Yeah, I'm a bit the same. But it's hard because you're obviously putting in Tobias Harris as well. He's a very, very solid player. I feel like he's sort of coming to the end of his career. But I feel like teams would be, if they've got the cap to be able to do it, they'd be more inclined to. But if they don't, then obviously they won't want to take on the contract. So I feel like it opens some options, but not a lot.
Because the rumored trade, I haven't got it written down, but off the top of my head, it was Simmons, Harris, and Thibault for Fox, Heald, Harrison Barnes, and I think 1 or 2 first-round picks.
See, I heard it wasn't Fox. I think that was the first thing that came out, but I thought it was Halliburton, Barnes, Buddy Hield, and picks.
If it was that, I'd nearly take. That's the thing. If you take Matisse out of that, I'd probably do that. I think the Sixers came out today, and I think they said, or they didn't come out, but it's rumored that he's nearly untouchable in trades.
Yeah.
Which,
they'd be stupid to. He's like one of the best guards in the league defensively.
You don't want to get rid of both your best defensive guards in one trade.
No, not a chance.
Would you do that trade, Sharpy?
The De'Aaron Fox one.
Yeah, those 3 and 2 firsts for Simmons.
If you're going to trade for them, you bring in a lot of cap space. So, I'd probably just ask for just De'Aaron Fox. No, nothing else. If you bring in Buddy Hield, that's $20 million. Bring in Harrison Barnes, that's $18 million next year as well with his contract.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so you bring in a lot of money to yourself, so you won't have the flexibility in the offseason.
The Kings are paying overs for so many average players.
Yeah.
Those 2 contracts you just mentioned then, my goodness.
Yeah, well, Buddy Hield did get that extension.
Signed a massive one a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was it last season or the season before?
It might have been last season because he's got another 2 seasons left after this one, and then
Harrison Barnes signed one before that.
Harrison Barnes expires at the end of next season.
Yeah,
and then obviously Marvin Bagley he will expire this season as well, but he'll be a restricted free agent. And I don't see the Kings wanting to re-sign him because I'm pretty sure they want to get rid of him as well. So who knows? I mean, even if you get rid of De'Aaron Fox, you still got Davion Mitchell there, who's the same age, and he's also a great defender on the perimeter as well. If you have someone like him and Tyrese Halliburton who can play both point guard and shooting guard, a bit of a combo guard type player, you've got the future there still, but you're also just going to be bringing in a bit of cash with Tobias Harris. Whether you can get him, then flip him. Whether you want to maybe bring in a third team, who knows? Those draft picks also will be very interesting to see where they fall in the lottery as well.
And that's the thing, like Halliburton, when De'Aaron Fox was out, he was consistently getting double-digit assists. So, and he was getting like 15 points while doing it. So, I mean, if I was the Sixers, I still wouldn't take the trade, but I wouldn't take both Harrison Barnes and Buddy Hield. That's too much money. I'd take on one of those contracts. Oh, well.
Yeah, but if you're taking both of them and getting rid of Tobias Harris, it almost evens it out.
Yeah. And they're both probably, I'm just trying to think of the Sixers starting lineup. At least one of them's a starting lineup player, and then the other one can run the second unit nearly with probably Maxey, I would presume, if Fox went.
Yeah, that exactly. Maxey has been starting a lot this year for the team. Him and Shake Milton both been playing that point guard role.
Yeah.
We'll stick with the Kings. Sabonis has been rumored to go to the Kings. We won't stay on this one for long. Did anyone have any thoughts on that?
It's interesting.
That's actually one thing I was going to mention. Sorry, Sharpy. That was one thing I was going to mention that I was trying to think of it because obviously I left my notes at work. But this was one thing I was going to mention. Would you rather, who do you think would win out of this trade? Do you think Fox would be better with Sabonis than, was it Bagley that you were talking about?
Yeah, Bagley is an expiring contract for the Kings.
Yeah, so like if they swapped, who do you reckon is going to win out of that? Do you reckon, obviously, you can't just trade Bagley for Sabonis in a straight swap because it's not even close to the same player.
That's pretty stupid.
But like if you had other picks and stuff in with it,
I reckon that'd be a good. The thing is, though, Sabonis isn't the best perimeter shooter. He can hit a mid range. He can hit a three, but he's not great. And
not
Fox is
a bit like your 2K player.
And Fox is deteriorated as a 3-point shooter, and he's kind of lives at the mid range and all that. So I mean, you probably want a bit more shooting. I don't know.
You've got Indiana have already got Karis LeVert, who's a good shooter, Malcolm Brogdon, who's a good shooter, Holiday, who's another good shooter, and also Chris Duarte, who's a promising rookie at the moment, even though he's 24, but he's still good.
Yeah.
If they need to blow it up though, the Pacers, I still don't know why they haven't done a move, because if they want to blow it up, they need to get rid of Brogdon, they need to get rid of Turner, and they need to get rid of Sabonis. And then just leave Karis LeVert, maybe.
Would Miles Turner for Bagley work?
Kings would have to chuck in a couple first.
They'd probably have to chuck in someone like Rashawn Holmes. I think, especially the way Rashawn Holmes has been playing this season, I see his trade value is probably most definitely gone up. The problem is he's a bit injury prone.
Yeah.
Also with Miles Turner as well. Miles Turner is only 25, so there's heaps of potential there, and Miles does want a bigger role at a new team.
Does he deserve it?
I think he does. I think he's the modern day center is, if you can protect the paint and stretch the floor, you're pretty much set for a whole career as long as you stay healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a great defender. He doesn't consistently put up the numbers. He doesn't even consistently get 8 rebounds, I don't think. You might be getting that now, but
half the time Brogdon and Sabonis will get the rebounds anyway.
But
Miles Turner just brings his shot blocking ability to the team.
I think that'd be a pretty good trade for the Pacers. I'd do it if I was the Pacers, getting Bagley and 2 firsts maybe for Turner. I reckon that'd be good. I don't know about the Kings side of things. But no, that would I think that'd be a good trade. We'll move on to Sharpy's team. I don't think we've touched on this because they traded for Cam Reddish. Sharpy, do you want to take the lead on this one?
Yeah, it's a good signing for the team. Obviously, it's a good trade for the team. Sorry, it's obviously getting rid of Kevin Knox, who has not been playing at all as much for the last 3 seasons, and he's had 3 different head coaches in that time. It's been disappointing for him. I think he looked well in the summer league in his rookie year, and after that, besides the poster on Simmons, didn't really see as much. But to bring in someone like Cam Reddish and only have to give up Charlotte's protected first round, which they won't even get anyway, it would just transfer into to like second round picks like next year. So
you don't reckon they'll get it? They're not getting in the lottery. I wouldn't think, the Hornets.
It's a top 16 protected, so Charlotte will end up getting the pick back anyway.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Charlotte are 7th right now in the East. Interesting. Kevin Knox scored his first points for the Hawks today, though, Sharpy.
Yeah, so far the Hawks are undefeated when Kevin Knox scores.
Or plays.
Yeah, when he just gets on the court.
So the Hawks won the trade, is what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, who knows? I haven't seen anything from Cam Reddish yet.
Yeah,
but
true.
all I know is something's brewing, and we're going to get signed. So.
Well, that was what I was about to say. Do you expect any more signings from the Knicks before?
Well, we just re-signed Ryan Archidiakono for another 10-day for some reason.
Hey, Sharpy's man.
He's not going to get any minutes, so I'm not really that.
Yeah,
bothered.
not under Tibbs.
No. I will not be surprised, and I haven't heard anything, but I will not be surprised if we move on Obi Toppin. And for his sake, I hope we do move on Obi Toppin, because I'm sick of just looking at him on the bench and getting on the court for 10 minutes and then doing something little, making a minor mistake, and Tibbs just subbing him off.
Give him to OKC. Imagine him in Giddy. The lobs.
Yeah, I'll take it.
We'll move
They've
on.
got enough picks to be able to give away.
Yeah, well,
we'll end up having to give them picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
We'll move on to your team now, Lachie, the Heat. I read something, a few things today, actually, possibly open to moving on Duncan Robinson. Just your thoughts on that, because, I mean, he had a breakout kind of. Don't want him?
Nah.
What about Tyler Hero? Do you want him?
Yeah.
Why do you not like Duncan so much?
Don't like him, but I've got his stats here. So this was another point that I had down to talk about. So in the 1920 season, which I believe was the COVID
shooting,
season,
basically shooting in an empty gym. Oh no, that was the bubble. That was a bubble.
COVID bubble. Yeah, same thing. He was averaging 13.5 points, 47%, and then 44% from the 3-point line. And then next season, he was averaging 13.1 points, 44%, and then 40.8% 3-point. And then this season, he's down to 11.4 points, 38%, and then 34.8% from the 3.
It's all the crowds.
It's just going downhill really quick for the man. And yeah, and obviously he's pretty much just a one and done player. Like, if you don't get anything from him on the offensive end, he's a liability on the defensive end, because he's not obviously the greatest at that. So yeah, look, I think now would be a good time to get something for him. I would have loved to have bloody got Cam Reddish for him. I'm pretty jealous of that, Sharpy, not going to lie. But yeah, I think the way he's going, unless he turns things around really, really, really quick, yeah, I'm not overly keen on the man. And I think he just had that one season. Everyone's like, oh my God, this guy, like, shoot lights out. He's an absolute star.
Better than Clay, and some said on Twitter.
Give me a break.
Shooting wise, they said. It's a bit, and they offered him. They've given him a big contract. I don't remember the exact date. Not a huge. I think it's 4 years, 56 million. So I mean, it's not overly huge.
Too
but
much. Too
it's
much.
Still probably a bit too much for what he does.
Too much.
I'll touch on my Thunder for a bit. I'm not going to go into too much.
We're going to be not an episode of the locker room without talking about OKC.
There's a possibility we could get more picks before the end of the trade period. Believe it or not.
What, 2027 or what?
So currently,
Jesus, run out of years.
So currently, OKC isn't meeting the salary cap floor. And there's
in like the minimum.
Yeah.
So they're not spending enough money.
So and there's teams like the Clippers that are trying to offload players like Serge Ibaka, who they need to get off their contract. So it's more than likely
that would be bad for you blokes.
If we take up, say, like last year we did it with Derek Favors, or at the end of last season we got a first round pick for taking on his 20 mil contract. It's rumored that that's going to happen, or something similar is going to happen again, whether it's Serge Ibaka or not. But I dare say they're not going to play for us, but it was still funny that we're going to get another pick. And I should have linked this back to the start, but we'll just touch on it quickly. How serious do we think the Kings organization actually are about when they say they want to build around Fox and Halliburton?
How many years have they saying that for?
Oh, I mean, since Halliburton's probably been drafted.
They got the time to do it now, so they might as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not going to be doing much this off season. Obviously now, with the playoffs coming up soon. What they're going to have to do is offload a lot of money because, like I said, with the Heald, Holmes, and Barnes contracts, pretty big contracts. So you're going to have to offload that to maybe just get some dead cap space or some expiring contracts, maybe even like John Wall or something, just bring him on for the rest of the season before he expires.
Give us Barnes for a first round pick.
Yeah, or something. Just something where they can, offload so they can have cap space in the off season.
So you think they'll actually stick with that? You don't think they'll move on with a trade or anything?
I mean, they're 23 and 21 years old. Halliburton's still got 3 years left on his rookie deal. So, yeah, it makes sense for them to start building now.
I believe the Halliburton part of it. I don't know if I believe the De'Aaron Fox part of it. I feel like he's going to get traded eventually because he's got more value than probably Halliburton right now. But I don't know. He's not really is he? Would you class him as a star yet? Like he's
Fox.
good. Yeah, he's really good. But is he that next level type? That you could get a really good player back by himself. I feel like you would have to put him in a first to get an all-star or a star back.
I'd agree with that.
I think he's just a bit off the pace. That's my personal opinion, but
only just.
Yeah.
Like if he keeps getting better, there's no reason why he can't. Like defensively, he's obviously a star. Like he's unbelievable. Like imagine if they got rid of Buddy Hield and Harrison Barnes and obviously Halliburton, but brought in like Tobias Simmons and Thibault.
Yeah, the defense would be unreal.
Oh, they wouldn't be able to shoot to save their life.
And they got Davion Mitchell on the bench, so
like they wouldn't be able to shoot. Like they'd pretty much have no shooters around them. But good luck scoring against them.
I feel like
that's probably 3 of the top. I don't know, 10 defenders in the I probably wouldn't say 10 because there's obviously a lot of top 20 defenders in the league. Yeah, like good luck scoring against them.
And just throwing it out there, I personally think that if Simmons went to a smaller market team, say the Kings, I'm not saying he's going to chuck up heaps, but
I don't know if he'd want that. I think his ego is too big for that.
That too, but I wouldn't be surprised if he shot threes or at least attempted threes because at Philly, they were always in the playoff hunt. They needed to win every single game, whereas you want to win games when you're at the Kings, but you're going to have lot more leeway.
Not expecting to win every single week. Yeah. Hey, if he comes back and still can't shoot, oh my God.
The thing is, though, if he plays a role like the Draymond type role where he just holds the ball up the top of the perimeter and passes it to the open guy or passes it to the cutting guy.
He doesn't need to score a lot.
Exactly. He can deal with 8 points a game or something.
Yeah.
And because of his height as well, he can guard pretty much anyone on a switch, whether it be the point guard or the guy that's setting a pick or something. He can do well anywhere on the court. So, there is a role there for him. It doesn't necessarily have to be shooting, but it's going to come down to whether he can shoot his free throws now as well.
Yeah,
so that was a big problem in the conference finals.
Because he's obviously going to still get his driving opportunities and all that, which he's going to get fouled. So he's got to be able to.
Yeah, he's going to have to
consistently shoot like 70%. Like he has to be able to at least that.
They're just going to foul him to try and make him miss the shot. So it's no one situation.
And that's the thing. I think that because like Draymond, he still gets guarded up. Like he doesn't get like closed down really quickly, but they still guard him relatively close when he's on the 3-point line because he does shoot.
Yeah.
I think if Simmons at least either attempted 1-3 a game or started shooting more middies, that would probably open up his game a lot more. And I just think
it's not that he doesn't have to start just jacking threes.
Yeah.
Like, if he's open, just shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Giannis shoots open threes. Like Cody Zeller shoots.
Yeah, and he doesn't care.
Yeah, well, when Giannis
care.
couldn't shoot, he was shooting them and he was airballing them, and then he would come back down and shoot it again.
And he was airballing his free throws as well.
Yeah.
So he wasn't scared about taking the free throws.
Nah, Giannis doesn't care. But like I said, Simmons' ego is just too big for him. He's got to look good before anything else, whereas Giannis doesn't care about that.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on from the trade room, we've got who he play for. So this week it's Lachie versus Sharpy.
Hey, here we go.
Now we'll just do I've got a 10-minute warning, so we'll do this. Sharpy's turning his thing on this week, so it doesn't look like he's cheating. Last week it looked a bit
sus, like I was cheating.
Yeah, he somehow knew Woodard the second.
I'm just gonna
now it looks like you're in bloody like a horror movie.
Now I'm gonna like write it on my phone. So
all right, Lachie, are you gonna say it then? You say it after 10 seconds, and then
okay.
And then Sharpy will have it written down, or you can both write it down. So the first player,
yeah, I'll write it down as well.
First player, Juancho Hernan Gomez, in a
shit.
recent 3-team trade.
This is wrong.
He played today as well, so if that helps.
Or it could be right. This team did play today, but it's still not right.
All right, are you ready, Sharpy?
Yeah.
All right, who wants? Lachie, you show first. No, that's wrong.
Damn it.
I forgot about that. Sorry. Hang on.
What's that? Yeah.
It's meant to say Spurs, but I think it's behind. Is it Spurs? Okay, I'm going to have to figure something out here.
It's Spurs.
Get off Google, you cheating dog.
It was in the trade yesterday.
Sorry, I didn't see it.
It looked like a squiggly line.
Yeah, it was meant to say Spurs.
He doesn't play for the squiggly lines.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell? How does he not play for the Wyoming squiggly lines?
The second one, fan favorite, Bismack Biyombo.
Oh, did he get traded as well?
He got signed to a 10-day, I think.
Hang on.
What the fuck? I didn't even know he was still in the league.
He got signed to a 10-day.
I didn't even know that bloody Hornets waived him.
Did they? The team did not play today, if that helps.
Okay, that narrows it down.
Well, there goes the team that I thought was going to be Liam.
Has anyone got their team down?
No.
I don't know what to do now because it's just going to be in reverse.
And it's not going to be.
I can read reverse. It's fine.
Hang on. I think I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Have an idea of
Right
how to
backwards.
search up the player.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it.
All right. Oh, wow.
I've got no idea because the team that I thought it was waived him. Didn't even know.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be Charlotte.
No, that's who I had. But anyway, moving
Oh,
on.
do you just want one more hint?
No, I've got mine, but I can't write it down. So I'm just.
I've got mine, but
Okay. Sharpy, do you want to go first?
Sacramento.
No, it's not the Kings. Lachie?
I went the Rockets, just as a guess.
Oh,
I've got no
no.
idea.
No one was right. It's the Phoenix Suns. Signed him. They've actually signed him for the rest of the year, so it's not a 10-day.
Really?
Wow.
They have Paris Bass and everything.
All right. So, Lachie, I've got 3 players, and I've got an extra if we need it. So, the next player, Rudy Gay.
Did he get waived as well?
No, he got traded at the start of the season, so he hasn't moved from where he was. I don't think so. I think Sharpy's confident, I reckon.
Yeah, Sharpy sounds confident as shit. I'm trying to think who he plays for on 2K.
I don't think
Man's got the best jump shot on 2K.
I don't think he's played
correct.
I don't think he's played all season because he's been injured. But his team really needs him right
It's
now.
actually in my head too.
I'll put out a hint there.
KC.
No, we really don't need it. I'll give you a hint to that. This team really needs him, and they lost today.
Wow, that narrows it down, doesn't it?
I'm good to go. I'm just gonna wait for Lachie.
Yeah, we'll wait for Lachie to just think about those hints. And it's not the Lakers. I'll give you that.
I remember talking about it.
Yeah, I was
when
going
he
to
got
say
traded.
the Lakers.
I remember talking about it when he got traded. So
I can't think of it because he was at Spurs.
Yeah.
But now I didn't even realise he got traded anyway, to be honest.
It's in the West. That's the final hint.
Really
These 10
fucking narrows it
seconds.
down. Really, really appreciate it. No, you go, Sharpy. I've got no idea.
He plays for Utah.
That is correct.
I think.
That is correct.
Oh, there you go. I did not know that.
And
they really need him.
Yeah, they lost today to the Rockets.
Oh well, that sucks, doesn't it? In the Filipino game.
What do you mean?
Jalen Green and
Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson.
I'm just going to tack this one on for fun because I love this player. DJ Augustine.
Double or nothing, Liam.
DJ Augustine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Double
Orlando.
Or nothing. No, he doesn't still play at Orlando. You got 10 seconds. You can go again. Guess again, Lachie. No, I'll give you another
I've got
guess.
no idea where he's gone to. And Sharpy already knows.
I just mentioned the team name.
I didn't even hear. I don't listen to you half the time anyway.
They just beat the Jazz.
Rockets.
Oh, Rockets. Has he gone there?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I guess Sharpy wins 2 weeks in a row, which is just...
Yeah, it's my turn next week to tell you the players.
Oh, God.
We're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, we're going to be
Simbula, who's he played for?
Yeah. Oh, he's a king. 2K king.
GOAT basketball team.
Yeah. He's Pink Diamond. Anyway, actually, we'll have a quick break and we'll be back with Slug's Horsey Tips. And we're back. We'll get into that time of the week. Slug's Horsey Tips. So this week he has Flemington race 4, number 6, Red Hawk. Mooney Valley race 6, number 9, Mamenko. I can't even read my own writing. Mamenko, I think. And his each way of the day is at Doomben race 7, number 6, Thunder Mania. So definitely back that one because, the Thunder. We obviously went to the races. Well, I went to the races with Slug. Lachie was COVID protocols. He had a pretty successful day. He did have a successful day. His best tip, 11-11-1 at like $8 odds, I think. And his each way tip got up. So safe to say he was pretty happy. And
he's actually had a good day.
he had a really good day, and he called it quits before going to the Crown. So definitely kept it as well. So I mean,
Coward.
I mean, I can't blame him. But if it wasn't for him, I would be down a lot more. So definitely thanks to him. But we missed the Shepparton Cup, so I'm a bit disappointed.
Oh, shattered.
All right, now
Shattered.
let's get into the NFL. So,
Oh yes,
I wanted to get Brad on here, and he sounded keen, but
he was keen as mustard too.
He's too busy. We'll try and get him on when we do I think we'll do a AFC NFC preview, or whatever you call them, championship game preview. So I'll go through the game. First game we'll touch on quickly. Bangles versus Raiders I don't think there's
Bangles. Is it B-A-N, is it?
Bangles, like
B-E-N, not B-A-N.
Yeah, but what do you say? Bengals?
Yeah.
It's not
B-E-N-G, not B-A-N-G.
Nah, I'm saying Bangles. Anyway, were you surprised at all by the result, or?
No, not really. I think it was pretty well where I knew it was going to be close. But yeah, it was really, really close. Obviously, Oakland had a chance at the end of the game, and the Bengals got an interception and won the game and won their first playoff game in, I don't even want to know how long. It was like 30 odd years, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 20. 30 actually. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it was a pretty interesting game. Like Derek Carr went for 310 yards. Joe Burrow's absolute star. I love him. He's unreal, unbelievable. 2 touchdowns, 244 yards. Like, yeah, Jamar Chase 116 yards. Those two are just, yeah, it's going to be unreal.
He's not my rookie
unreal there for. Jesus. Nah, but it's gonna be a very, very, very good team for a number of years if they keep those two around. So yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting, I think, in their next game.
What did you think about the referee interference, or not interference, but Joey Burrow with that amazing throw along the sideline into the touchdown, and I'm fairly sure it was called a touchdown. They ruled it out because he blew the whistle because he thought Joe stepped out.
He stepped out, but they didn't. But that's why the rule's there, to be able to go and review it and everything like that. Like that was an unreal throw.
Yeah.
Like he literally waited to the last moment he could.
Did they count it in the end?
Yeah.
So they did count it because there was a whole bloody. I watched it and
I'm sure they did.
Because I remember they going off it on the Pat McAfee show, so they weren't happy about it at all. But
easy go.
We'll get into their matchup next week. We'll skip over the next game because no one really wants to talk about that game anyway.
Interesting.
We'll go into it. So the Bills beat the Patriots by an amount.
Smacked.
Yeah, they
smacked.
I think it was. So what happened? I was going into the game.
This will be good, Liam.
I was going into the game thinking, you know what, we might have a chance. I didn't expect to win, but we always had a chance.
I thought you had a huge chance.
And then they got a touchdown, I think, the first possession, and then the first drive, Mac comes back, got a bit lucky on one of the penalty calls, and then he rushes like 12 yards to get the first down on 3rd and 10. And it looks like everything's going our way, and then he throws it. What I thought was a good ball. I thought it was a touchdown when it first happened, and then who was it, Micah Hyde, or came flying through the air, and I don't know how keep G rated, but I don't know how the hell he caught that, how he intercepted that. He just, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I don't hate the Bills. Josh Allen's one of my favorite quarterbacks to actually watch.
Same.
But I mean, it was disappointing that I can't remember the exact stats, but they did have a touchdown on every drive or something. It was something ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
And
Yeah.
what are your
Absolutely
thoughts on that?
ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, it was Josh Allen had one of the best playoff games just about anyone has ever seen. Like he was 21 of 25. Like that is just ridiculous. And had 5 touchdowns. And yeah, pretty much every single time they had the ball, they scored. Like you can't stop that.
In the freezing cold as well. Like
yeah, it was freezing.
And bloody, you look that compared to Patriots. I remember skitzing because there was at least 4 catches that were just dropped straight in the. They just dropped them and they were
in the
easy.
Bread basket.
Yep, just straight in the bread basket and they dropped it. And I'm like, obviously, I'm going to try and make Mac look better than he played, but
I mean, that doesn't help.
I think Josh Allen's gotten over the fear of Bill Belichick, to be honest, being in the same conference or division and that, and which is
scary. I'll tell you what, next week's game, that's going to be unreal. I know we'll probably touch on it later, but wow.
I didn't watch this next game, but Bucks versus Eagles, 31-15. I think the Bucks were up 31-0, and then the Eagles just got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think
it was just the Tom Brady show.
Yeah. I mean, we may as well just preview that one in the divisional games. But Chiefs versus the Steelers, again, Patrick Mahomes just had 5 touchdowns, tore it up. There was no real surprise other than, Sharpy saying bye. So, Sharpy, can you leave a message for your weekly pick'em?
Anyway. For your
fans. So the Big Ben's last game, sadly, I'm presuming. Surely he wouldn't go another year. He's already
said he's done. Yeah, he's already said he's done.
Okay, that's all right. I'm going to let you lead with this next one, the Rams versus the Cardinals, because I thought the Cardinals were in with some sort of a shot, but they've gone to shit.
Huge shot. I watched this. I think I watched the first half, and like the Rams were all over them, like literally all over them on every side of the ball. I think there was at one stage, I think in the first quarter, might have been towards the end of the first quarter, the Cardinals offense had -3 yards or something at some stage. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? And OBJ obviously scored his first playoff touchdown in however many years he's been in the league now. And if you watch that first half, and then it just topped it off when Kyler Murray threw that interception when he should have either taken the safety or thrown it away earlier. Like you shouldn't sit in the end zone, your end zone, for that long.
Yeah.
And then I think start of the second half, OBJ threw that 40-yard bomb to, I forget who it was. And I think at that stage he'd thrown for more than Kyler Murray, or some ridiculous stat. And but that's probably the most disappointing game of the week, I reckon, was the Cardinals. Like they had an unreal year, got to that and just failed miserably.
Well, that's the thing. They started off 7 and they were 8-1 or something, or 9.
Yeah, something like that. Started, and then Kyler Murray was in the MVP conversation.
Yeah,
and it just
sorry, go on.
It hurts not having DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, injured. Yeah.
Oh, he makes such a big difference.
Because they finished 11-7, so they only got like 3. Because I was listening to again Pat McAfee's podcast, and they were saying they were talking about how like the last 3 or 4 years injuries or something just catch up to the Cardinals, and they go terrible over the last 6 games. And I think they said they haven't had a winning record in the last 6 games for the last 4 years or something. It's ridiculous. And
that's the thing. You'd rather peak at the end of the year than at the start of the year, to be honest.
Yeah.
You'd rather have momentum going into the end of the year than what you would at the start of the year. But very disappointing. I stopped watching at halftime. Like there is no way the Rams, but like the Rams were good. They were really, really good on both ends. Like that was so good to watch.
Stafford's first career playoff win as well, wasn't it? I think his first career, or his first in a long time at least. If he has
OBJ's as well, and Stafford looked really good. He looked really, really good.
I do like.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Every game this coming week is going to be
We're getting
So
there.
good.
There's one more game we've got to touch on.
Yeah.
And it's probably the most controversial and possibly the best game
Oh,
ever. The
boy.
best way for the Cowboys to go out. Obviously, the 49ers
ref
beat the
getting in the way.
Cowboys 23-17. Is there actually any better way for the Cowboys to go out other than maybe a
It's
field
just
goal after?
hilarious.
And their fans
Absolutely
are so angry.
hilarious.
Have you seen the full clip of it, like the zoomed out clip of it? The
Not really, no.
I only learned this week, but apparently there's only one referee that can spot the ball. And so he's positioned behind to the left of the quarterback. And because Dak obviously ran the play, and you wouldn't expect him to fucking run with that much time left. He was about 25, 30 yards when the ball had gone down. So he had to sprint in and then it's just I don't know.
That's the rules. Like, you can't do anything about that. But why would you draw that play up?
Yeah.
Get it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Stop the clock, get it out of bounds, and just it just made absolutely no sense running it straight down the middle of the field and then having to try and spike it.
You're not even trying to, if he slid even 2 meters or 3 meters shorter, he probably gets the snap off. It's literally a matter of a couple inches. And they need to think about it. Why did Dak give the ball to his center to spot the ball? Obviously, it needs to go to a referee to spot the ball. Why would you not turn around and look for the one that's running into? I get it's a heat of the moment thing, but
literally.
I just think it's hard, but I just think it's funny.
There's a lot of people calling for Mike McCarthy to be sacked.
Oh yeah, he's Cowboy. Really? Would he have called that? Oh, I guess he probably would have called that play.
Yeah. Shit, yeah.
Jeez.
Why? I just don't understand it. There's so many people saying, why would you draw? Why would you do that? It just makes no sense.
The Cowboys have been pretty bad with their clock management throughout the year, though, as well. It happens all the time to them. And when you got a quarterback like Dak, I don't know how it keeps happening. You'd think they'll burn or something.
Well, you got him and Zeke Elliott.
Yeah.
Get him on the outside and just run it on the outside, and just, if you have to go out of bounds, stop the clock, and then anyway, moving on. They're the most talented
disappointment.
Yeah, correct. By a mile. By a mile.
Behind the Lakers. Probably the Lakers.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Well,
if you're talking about sport in general, yes, absolutely.
We'll move on. Oh, and Man United, if you want to really include talented disappointments.
It's a fair comment too, not going to lie. When I woke up this morning and seen it was 0-0 at halftime, I'm like, well, shit, here we go.
And then Ronaldo got benched. Well, after they were up 2-0, but anyway, we'll stick to the NFL for now.
And then they scored again. Anyway.
Packers versus 49ers. Now, I spoke with Brad. I wanted his note. Brad's actually quite worried about this. I don't know if I would be if I was him. I do want the 49ers to win.
Not.
I want the 49ers to win, but I'm interested to see if the Green Bay can actually get rid of this curse they kind of have it on themselves in the playoffs. Do you think it's pretty easy for them?
I don't think it's easy, but it sounds like I'm a bit more confident than Brad is. Purely because I got Aaron Rodgers.
There's that, and I don't know how much of I would presume, I don't know what Green Bay is going to be like, but you're going from 49ers that just played in Dallas. I think it was Dallas is under a dome, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then
you're going to play at Lambeau.
Yeah, going to play at Lambeau. They're literally going from one extreme, not extreme, but one low to an extreme type of weather game.
Yeah.
I think the Packers will win. I don't want them to, but I might actually keep track of this so we can actually cover that next week. Also, one thing I did see today, is it Devontae Adams? it's Devontae Adams. That's how you say it. He's going into free agency next year, isn't he? I believe. At
Not
least
sure.
That's
That'll
what
be interesting.
That's what I saw a post about. I mean, I don't know why he would leave Green Bay, but I saw just tweets about where you might go, and Patriots were in there. So I mean, obviously, I'm happy we can have maybe a good receiver for once since Julian Edelman. But
oh mate, if you got him, that'd be unbelievable.
Just need to work on our defense that can't stop.
Yeah,
one possession.
Yeah, literally, not one.
Titans Bengals. Now Derrick Henry's apparently good to go. I still feel like the Titans are being underrated, or not underrated, or just overlooked. Maybe is a better word.
Mainly because I think Henry has been out.
Imagine if he comes back and rushes 100 yards, 150 yards.
Oh my god, it would be insane. It would be absolutely insane.
The Bengals D line isn't the best though, is it? Because I heard
not really. They're not too bad, but yeah, they're not the greatest.
Yeah.
Nah. They did beat him in their last meeting that they had, but that was back in 2020, like October of 2020. So it was a while ago. But even if Derrick Henry comes back, like I don't think he'll get the same amount of touches as he would have before he got injured. But that's not to say that if he even gets like 10 or 15 carries, that he's not going to run for like 70 plus yards. They need to be able to stop him for them to have any sort of a chance.
And even if he does, like what you say, run for 70 yards, it just opens up more play action and everything like that.
Yeah, correct.
So,
just gets the defense thinking again.
One thing is, though, personally, just because he was on the Dolphins for so long, I don't actually trust Ryan Tannehill that much.
That's fair.
He's good, but I don't know if he can be the type of team like he led them to this same game last year. Obviously not the same opponents, but I can't remember who they lost to. But what do you think?
Yeah, I can't hear
Tannehill.
Like, I think he's reliable. And I think he suits what they do with Derrick Henry in the team.
It's just
it's obviously Derrick Henry's team when he's up and going, and him playing well makes it easier for Tannehill to be able to, it just makes it easier for him because he's obviously a lot of the defense is going to be looking at Henry, and then they don't have to worry about Tannehill as much. But then when they do, then you're in all sorts of strife because someone else might be open down the field. He's just got to hit that.
Yeah.
If he doesn't throw it and make that ball, then they're done.
I think if Derrick Henry doesn't get he's 10 or 12 touches at least, he might be in a bit of strife. But otherwise, still not. I don't trust him that much, but he should still be fine if Derrick Henry can get those touches.
Yeah, I agree.
Who are you going in this one though? I want the Bengals to win personally,
purely because of Derrick Henry. If they can stop him from getting heaps of yards with the touches that he gets, the Bengals will win.
Well, I'm going to go for the Bengals just because I really want them to win. So
so do I. I would love for them to win, but
that's the first difference because I won't get ahead of myself actually. The next game, I wouldn't say it's the biggest game of the weekend because they're all very big games. Buccaneers versus the Rams.
This is still the second biggest game.
Yeah.
The next game is the next game is huge. This is after the way the Rams played on the weekend. This is going to be a very, very interesting game because their offense fired up. Their defense is always good. They're going up against the number 2 ranked offense with Tom Brady and Mike Evans and Gronkowski, like all these absolute guns. And you obviously got Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, all these guns on the defense. It's going to be sick. It's going to be so good. But I can seriously see the Rams beating the Bucs in this one. I seriously can.
I'm worried about it.
Yeah. I still think the Bucs will win, but this is probably the biggest danger game, I reckon, out of all the games this week, I reckon.
I feel I'm worried because, like, obviously, I always get his name wrong. Is it Godwin? It's not Goodwin. It's Godwin, right?
Chris Godwin.
Yeah, he's still out. And
yeah,
I mean,
he's done his ACL. He's out for 12 months.
Yeah, and then you got Antonio Brown, obviously that whole shit show.
Head case. And like, did you see what happened with Bruce Arians today?
Yeah, slapped.
Got fined $50,000 for slapping his own player on the head.
I mean, he could have just pushed him or something, but
it's just stupid. Why would you do it?
I'm just. I know they still got Mike Evans and Gronkowski, but there just might be.
Yeah, they've still got good players.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be. I don't want to say it's going to be a high-scoring game because I know that the Rams defense can just probably find a way to lock them up.
Oh, they can shut someone out. Yeah, but you're going against Tom Brady.
Yeah, so I'm going to back the Bucks. Who are you taking in this one?
So am I, but it's big danger.
Yeah,
big time.
Now it's
time. I can honestly see the Rams. I can honestly see the Rams getting up on that, but this one is. Oh my god!
So it's obviously the Chiefs versus the Bills, the rematch of the AFC Championship last year, which obviously the Chiefs won. I honestly think this is the final. Like, I know it's not getting him into the Super Bowl, but I feel like this is the kind of final step for Josh Allen's growth. That actually is to be one of those pivotal players in the league. Because, I mean, he's overcome Belichick. He's overcome the Patriots.
Yep.
He's not getting into the Super Bowl if he wins this. But if he overcomes Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs, then, I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's the first game.
I can see them going all the way if they get past the Chiefs.
Yeah. And it's the first game in, they said it, I can't remember how many years, a while, that two players are versing each other coming off back-to-back, both coming off 5 touchdown games, because obviously Allen and Mahomes both had 5 touchdowns. So, I mean, who do you? I'll let you roll with this one a little bit.
It's I can't pick a winner. I honestly can't. It's going to be unreal. But the one thing that I could say is that the Chiefs' defense has been sus all year.
Mm-hmm.
Their offenses was sus at the start of the year, but it was always going to get going.
Yeah.
Like, they've got stars on that side of the field, like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and Mahomes and all these absolute guns.
Yeah,
it was always going to get going. But their defense is ranked 27th.
I don't like that Tyrann Mathieu or whatever his name is. I've just
the honey badger. I like him, but I can see where you're coming from. But he's a great player. But I can see where you're coming from with that. But the Bills' defense is ranked number 1. Like, they're unreal. Like, they're really, really, really good. And obviously their offense is pretty solid as well. So I'm going to go with the Bills.
I think it's going to be the Bills as well, just because, like, obviously watching the game last week, the first drive when the Bills just got like maybe a tackle on first down and it was for 2 yards on a rush. Their whole team just looked hyped. Like, obviously, you do that early on sometimes, but like this Bills team was just owning us and flying around the field. So solely based off defense, because I don't really think you can take into account offense versus offense because they just cancel each other out, really.
Yeah, pretty much. The Bills, the Chiefs would probably have them on that side, I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to be whose defense plays best. And in my opinion, I think the Bills will, but who would know?
But it is in Kansas City. Who do you think works better for? Obviously the Chiefs, but do you think Josh Allen would? Because obviously, if you're the Bills, you want to play in cold, freezing weather. But Josh Allen, if you can throw 5 touchdowns and 21 for 25 in the freezing cold, what can he do in the warmth of Kansas City? I mean,
I can honestly see this being an absolute shootout. And if it is, Kansas City will win. But yeah, I think the Bills will win, but it's going to be a bloody good game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills as well. And I'm absolutely gutted because I have work because it's on a Monday. And obviously you work those strange weeks.
I do not.
You do not work on Monday. And I'll probably be listening to it or something. But
so excited.
Okay.
Yep.
I might have to get up on KO and just play it.
I cannot wait.
Well, at least Packers 49ers is on Sunday, so that would be good to watch. And the Bangles.
True. And there's no more Patriots. That's the best thing.
Oh, God. Well, we better start moving through because I'm slowly fading into the darkness here. I don't know where my light is. We'll go to weekly multi.
I can hardly even see you right now.
Do you have your weekly multi ready?
No, I don't. I forgot all about this, to be honest. How about I just go with the predictions for the NFL?
Yep.
And what did I say? I had the
Titans.
Bills. I had the Rams.
No, you had the Bucks.
No, I had the Bucks. Green Bay and
Titans.
The Titans. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
okay.
my four.
Well, mine is Tampa to win, the Bills to win, the Packers to win, Aston Villa to beat Everton, Manchester United and West Ham to draw. That's the biggest one, and Liverpool to beat Crystal Palace, and that's paying $70. So
by more than two.
Well, we haven't got Salah though, so it's a bit detrimental.
How good's that Gallagher playing for Palace at the minute?
He's one of my favourite players to watch. He's just an absolute gun.
Mate, he's playing unreal.
Just another player.
That goal he scored against. Who was it that who was it they played against? Was it Chelsea?
Yeah, I think it.
When he scored, no,
he did score an absolute banger
like a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
and he put me on the radar. And then I seen Sky Sports talking about it, and they're saying he could go to nearly every team except him and go straight into the starting lineup.
He's been playing. I think he's a breakout player this year. I think I might even talk.
Yeah, correct.
Actually, I might go back to some Premier League notes here.
Here we go.
I'll figure it out while I'm scrolling along. But I definitely did touch on that.
Who did I have for the breakout player of the year? I might have went. What's his face from Arsenal? Is it Odegaard?
I didn't. So I didn't.
Odegaard.
Oh yeah, I think you had Odegaard.
I'm pretty sure I did.
So I didn't have Gallagher. I had my young talent to be Smith Rowe from Arsenal, which I mean isn't exactly wrong.
What did Sharpy have?
I don't have Sharpies written down. Actually, I've only got mine.
Not important.
Had Sancho as my ones to watch. That's bad. Overachievers was Aston Villa, and they're doing well. So I mean. And my underachievers were Arsenal and Spurs, and they're both doing well. But anyway, but yes,
it should have been United.
Yeah, well, he's been playing really well, just like every other player that leaves Chelsea right now.
Correct.
We'll get into our weekly pick'em. We all got it right last week because we all took the Bucks. They ended up smashing the Warriors because they didn't have Draymond Green.
He's so important for them. My God.
That's why he's an all-star. I know
that's
that
the
he
only reason why he's an all-star.
You chose this week's game, Lachie, and that was the Suns versus the Mavs tomorrow. And the Suns are minus 3.5 favourites. So Sharpy's gone for the Suns. Who are you going for?
Yeah. So have I. I can't believe it's actually that close.
I'm going for the Mavs. Geez, I'm the only one that changes it up. I'm going for the Mavs. The Mavs are on
the Mavs obviously had a good win today, but
they're 10.
I can't believe
10-1 in their last 11 games. So, I mean,
and the one game that I watched was the one that they got absolutely belted in against God, who they play.
I can't remember.
It was like 3 or 4 days ago. And I was watching it, and Luka wasn't playing all that great.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that. I can't remember.
I can't think who
Yeah.
it was. But yeah, I would have said maybe 5.5. I reckon. But yeah, I'll take the Suns.
Well, I'm changing it up, so I'll probably, if I lose this, I'm basically guaranteed to lose 2 months in a row. So,
yeah,
and then I'll have two payoffs to do. So, next week we've got a special guest. I'll put that on Twitter. Thanks for joining us, Lachie.
No worries at all, my friend.
Not very special anymore. We would thank Sharpy for being here, but he was a bit of a coward.
Nah, mate, can't even stay for a whole podcast. What's the go here? Like that's terrible.
So if you're watching this, Sharpy, thanks, and we'll see you
nothing
next week, and we might do 2 depending if we want to review the NFL again. I'll discuss that, but we'll
get
see
the big J Bread 37 on, and we'll that'll be elite.
Demolish it. All right.
Yep, correct.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Later.